So when I watched the NCAA tournament games this weekend, I noticed the exorbitant number of staff members sitting on the tournament team's benches. So on one team, I counted at least 10 people that were non-players sitting on the bench. And typically people think, well, the more assistants we can have, the more people we have helping, the better. And in some instances, there's some truth to that. You can do a lot more things when you have more people helping, and when you have a staff of one, it's limited the number of things that you can do, and it cuts down on the work that you can do. However, I watched a college workout one time, and the staff had 17 non-players on the court to work out 3 players. And so it created an environment where every coach, manager, whatever other positions were filled by these 17 people, they all felt like they had to contribute, kind of to justify their presence on the court. And so the players, who I happen to know a few of them, hated the coaching staff because they just had no time to themselves. The coaches, every time they turned around, there was a coach or a manager or an assistant coach or a strength coach or somebody was there telling them what they did wrong, or correcting something. They never went more than one repetition without having some form of feedback and more feedback and more feedback. And at some point, that volume of feedback becomes a negative. You can only deal with so much feedback at one time without being overwhelmed by your constant mistakes. So I think one thing that we need to be careful of is too much of a good thing. Having people to help and having roles for people on a staff can have benefit, but when we get on to just taking 10, 12, 14 coaches, and everybody has to justify a role, it often can create a negative learning environment for the players. Because ultimately, that's what what the coaches need to be there for, is to enhance the players' performance. And if there's constant feedback and it's creating a negative experience, either in terms of learning or in terms of motivation for the players, then it's a negative. And as a staff, we need to figure out how we can control the amount of feedback that we're giving to players.